Statements. I call the Minister and Member for Northern Tablelands.
Mr Deputy Speaker, when it comes to understanding the Australian way of life and getting to know a country community, there are few better ways to do that than to visit the local agricultural show. I imagine a lot of members in this place have attended what will be the upcoming Royal Easter Show with their children or family or even by themselves. Now, it's a great event, the Royal Easter Show, and I don't want to take away from that event for a moment, but amidst the flashing lights and SpongeBob show bags, the show's bedrock of regional pride may be forgotten by many. And it's for that reason every year, Mr Deputy Speaker, that I look forward to visiting what we call the Royal of the North. That is the Glen Innes Agricultural Show. And after chatting with the Secretary, Neil Royal, who's doing a terrific job, a couple of weeks out from the show, I knew this one, the 149th, was going to be a big one. I had the honour of escorting over the weekend His Excellency, the Governor of New South Wales, David Hurley, and Mrs Hurley around at the show. Now, for those of us that have had the pleasure of spending some time with His Excellency, you know he's not the kind of gentleman that's just content to have a tour and simply open the show. He actually he was a participant in this year's show, entering his prize honey in the light honey section, sourced from bees in hives not too far from this Parliament, and I'm happy to report that he received a highly commended award in the light honey category at the Glen Innes Show, and he resisted the urge to lodge a protest with the judges about those that finished ahead of him. But I look forward to having His Excellency enter some more honey in next year's show. I'd also like to put on record and recognise the almost 100 volunteers that make up the Glen Innes Agricultural Show Committee. There are actually 95 members of that committee, a massive committee when a lot of communities are struggling to find people to be on show committees to keep our country shows alive. I'm proud to report that the Glen Innes community is strong and vibrant, and their show society is a reflection of that. Each of those members contributes countless hours of thought, planning and preparation and assistance to make the show a reality and a success. And while thousands of visitors that enjoy the show each year may simply visit the show and everything runs smoothly and it all looks very simple, that's only because behind the scenes those 95 individuals and their families work damn hard to make sure everything is organised to a T and runs very smoothly. That society, led by Show President Andrew Hancock, who's doing a terrific job. We've got Vice Presidents Brian Winter, Gail Davis, Luke Schmitzer and Greg Kerr. And I'd love to name all the other members of the committee, but I can't. The time remaining doesn't allow me to. But all of them deserve our congratulations, and I want to put on record my gratitude to them. I had the pleasure also of meeting the wonderful showgirl entrants, Steph Grob, Melanie Landers and Brianna Short, all wonderful young women with clear pride in their town and their district, as well as a clear vision of how they wanted to give back to the community and to the annual show. The winner of the competition, Mel Landers, is currently studying to be a maths teacher, and I trust that she will help inspire and educate the next generation of Glen Innes locals. Melanie will be travelling to Walgett this weekend to compete against other showgirls in the zone finals, and I wish her all the very best with that challenge. Mr Deputy Speaker, the spirit that was throughout the whole show was one of friendly competition, and that's what drives shows and the various exhibits forward. The little stories like the rivalry between Guyra brothers Brenton and Jacob Jackson, who after months of tuning and tinkering came first and third in the 4x4 ute category at the show. Stories like that of Courtney, who was the first woman ever to drift her way to a win in the circle work category, an event which was enjoyed by many at the show. We've got our best produce in the region on display, whether it's the wool assessed by the keen-eyed John Newsom or horticulture judged by Helen Worth. For the entrants and the judges, agriculture just isn't a way to make a buck. It's about a representation of who they are, the towns that they come from, and about the pride they show in their region and their district. It is an envied mark of distinction and pride. So, to all members of this House, if you ever find yourself in Glen Innes in early February next year, take the opportunity to come on into the show. Enjoy the hospitality of the Glen Innes community, the wonderful work of the show committee, and really, as we all know at the show, there is plenty to be proud of in country communities, and everyone in Glen Innes can be incredibly proud of their show. They deserve to be proud, and they can quite proudly believe that their show can stand alongside the Sydney Royal Easter, because the Glen Innes show truly is the Royal of the North.